Now, as if you hadn't noticed, autumn is approaching, which means only one thing in the Amber Valley. Autumn Footprints, the walking festival, is back. It's back from the 14th until the 29th of September, and I'm joined now by Marion Farrell of Groundwork 5 Counties to tell us about it. Marion, a very good evening to you.
Oh, thank you. Lovely to join you.
Now, the Autumn Footprints Festival has been running for a good number of years now. Tell us something about the history of it, how it first came about, and how it's progressed over the years, how it's developed over the years.
I think it really came from a love of walking and understanding that many people would like to walk more, but they didn't know where to go walking. And that's really how the festival has developed. It's a partnership project with rangers from Shitter Country Park, ourselves, Rambler groups and local history groups. So it was really wanting to get more people to enjoy what there is on offer here in Amber Valley.
And there is so much on offer in the Amber Valley, and you're absolutely right. Sometimes walkers don't know which direction to go, and maybe because signage has been vandalised, it's disappeared, it's disintegrated over the years. And it is important that if you do come across something like that, that you report it, which is, something I do regularly. Just take a picture of a broken sign or something like that, and you get in touch with the county council, rights of way, and they put it right. So letting people know what the correct paths to follow are is important. And of course, your walk leaders are a very important part of that. Tell us about the walk leaders.
Yeah, we're really fortunate to have many walk leaders who've been with us for several years, and they all are experienced. Many of them come from the Ramblers or help with Walk Derbyshire, and they really give that comfort and support to people coming on a walk who may not be used to walking regularly. So they will guide you along the route. You don't need to worry about being able to read a map. They all know where a good spot is to sit on a bench and have a packed lunch, and it does make a very pleasurable afternoon or day depending on the distance of the walk.
I have to say, I did lead a walk myself once upon a time, about 5 years ago I think it was, to Codner Castle. It was a thoroughly enjoyable experience, preparing the walk, getting the walk leader training and leading the walk, and having a lovely lunch as well. Now, you mentioned that there might be certain challenges for some people. Do you have to be an experienced rambler or walker to go on these walks? What level of experience would you recommend for people? And what about equipment as well? How should people turn up? You read about people getting lost on mountains and so on, going off the beaten path and having the wrong clothing, and that making a real difference. So how do people prepare for going for a walk, as it were, and how do people know the difficulty or otherwise of the walks they'll be going on?
Well, what we've tried to do is put all that information on the website, which is the www.autumnfootprints.co.uk website, and you'll see that there's 16 walks, and against the walks they're rated easy access, easy, moderate, strenuous, and those give you the detail of how far the walk is in terms of miles or how difficult the terrain is. And roughly also we try and give a guide of how long we think the walk will take us to do.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that information is actually on the website.
Right.
But you're right, Trevor, that people do not need to be terribly experienced walkers, and that's what we're very keen to stress.
Mm.
That there's 16 walks there, and out of those there's a real mixture. There's some for just beginners. You come along in a pair of trainers and the walk will be over in an hour and a half, whereas there's other walks that really you do need to have sturdy footwear, ideally, perhaps a pair of walking boots, and bring your lunch with you, certainly a drink. So hopefully all that information is there on the website, but if you want more information, we're happy to provide that.
I'd recommend walking trousers as well rather than jeans, because if you get caught in the rain in jeans, they really do hang around you for quite a while.
Yeah.
So
good. Yes, definitely. You've got to cope with the weather. So last year we had absolutely tremendously hot weather. So rather than thinking about wearing a waterproof, it was more a sunny hat and sun cream. So really, yeah, you do have to think about that. And I would always suggest that when going on a walk in the countryside, you're better to be in a pair of trousers than a pair of shorts,
Oh,
because
definitely.
inevitably there will be a few nettles about.
Absolutely. Oh, you didn't mention a number of styles as well. It does list a number of styles, doesn't it, in the walks for
Yes,
those for whom it would be an issue.
We try and do that because we know that some people may have a problem with a knee or a hip, and for them they may think, oh, well, I'll probably be all right with one that's only got 3 styles in it, but I can't cope with one that's perhaps got 15 styles in it. So we do try and give all that information to help people make quite a good judgment about whether the walk is suitable for them.
Now, there are behaviours that it is always as well to observe in the countryside, because very often you're walking across a farmer's field, there might be cattle there, there might even be agricultural work going off in the background in another part of the field. So what should people bear in mind in terms of behaviours when they're out walking?
Well, one thing is that we are very clear whether on the walk that you're going, whether a dog is allowed on the walk. For some of the walks, it's perfectly okay to have a dog with you. There's no problem with going through fields of cattle. And we always do say keep your dog under control, sometimes on the lead in certain places. So that issue with whether the walk is open for a dog or not is really related to where the walk is going, whether there are cattle. The other things, of course, we want to follow the countryside code. We don't want to damage the environment in any way. And it always says don't pick flowers, don't drop litter. Leave nothing but footprints is one of the lovely phrases on the countryside code.
Leave nothing but footprints, take nothing but photographs. I think that's the full phrase, isn't it? So yeah, I'm looking forward to all the Instagram photos from the festival, I have to say. In conclusion then, lots of walks planned. How do people find out more? Do they need to book on these walks? If they're particularly keen on becoming a walk leader maybe next year, how do they get in touch with you? Tell us more about that.
If you want to come on a walk, booking is advised for all of the walks. A couple of them is absolutely you have to book, and you do that through the website, or you can phone up Shipley Country Park and book it that way. So you don't have to go on the internet. You can actually call by telephone. And if you are interested in becoming a walk leader, if you can make contact with me at some point, and we will sort out some training for you.
That's great. The number for Shipley Country Park Visitor Centre, for those who aren't on Tinterweb, is 01629 533 991. That's 01629 533 991. All those details, including the website, are on the Facebook and Instagram posts for this programme tonight at facebook.com/AmberSoundFM. I do hope the festival is a success as it has been for the past 20 odd years, Marion, and I look forward to Autumn Footprints 2025. Thanks very much for joining us today.
Thank you. I've really enjoyed it.